what is the sweet spot and how exactly can you hit the sweet spot every time you hit a tennis ball? So let's first talk about what the sweet spot is. And if you check out my racket head here, you could tell that the shape of the racket head is not exactly a round circle, right? It's actually more oval, or you could maybe say it's more egg-shaped, right? So the top area of the racket head, there's a little bit more space there, a little bit more area space versus maybe on the bottom half where it kind of thins down and maybe gets a little bit more pointy there near the throat area of the racket. And so there's less area space. And say I draw maybe I split the racket half like that. I would say the sweet spot would be a little bit more the top center there. So if I hit the tennis ball right on the top center, that would likely be the sweet spot. And, there are different types of rackets out there. There's a lot of oversized rackets. There's those Yonex rackets. There are different type of racket heads there. But in most cases, when you have a tennis racket, a modern tennis racket, it's going to be shaped like that, like an egg shape or an oval. And the sweet spot will be that top center of that string bed. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you hit it directly in the center there. That's fine, but I don't believe that is the complete or the actual focal sweet spot of when you can really hit a tennis ball with complete 100% compression and complete control. What you really need is that top center, just a little bit above that center to get that sweet spot. And say I split this in half again. Say I hit a ball bottom center. Well, that is really not the place to hit a tennis ball. You will feel like you will be jammed and you won't have that full effect on the tennis ball. You won't have that full power or even that control. So generally speaking, if you hit a tennis ball bottom center of your string bed, you're jammed and you're not going to be able to put that good quality solid shot on that ball. So here's me hitting this backhand directly at the sweet spot. I knew I hit this one pretty well when Andrew was approaching here. So when I hit this backhand right at this frame, that's pretty much top center there. I felt like I got the full effect of that ball. I really wanted to hit hard directly to Andrew's feet. And once I hit that ball, it was clean, it was low, and I was able to get Andrew to hit this half volley, which he couldn't make. So hitting the sweet spot's very, very important when you're trying to make some offensive shots. Definitely on volleys, you really need to hit the sweet spot. Obviously, you want to hit the sweet spot every time. But when you are on the offense, when you want to hit good passing shots, good quality approach shots, just good baseline shots, you need to hit the sweet spot on your tennis strings. So how do you hit the sweet spot every time? Well, I made this video about receiving the ball or catching the ball. So check that out first if you want to learn how to receive the ball better, what it takes to really catch the ball. In this video, I'll show you how to practice it a little bit more, a little bit just, hitting that sweet spot in general, because maybe you have problems with your contact point. Maybe you can't get the sweet spot every time. Maybe you're missing shots, framing a lot of shots, or maybe you're hitting the ball in the bottom center a lot. I work with some students that seem like they always hit it the bottom center, and that's not the way to go. So here's some drills that you can do where you can improve your sweet spot hitting skills much quicker. And here I'm right at the net. I'm right at the net, about to hit this net with just my forehand here. What I'm trying to do here is just hit that net and feel that net and feel what it's like to hit it on the sweet spot. Obviously, I'm not hitting the actual strings, but I am trying to get my frame. I'm trying to feel the frame hit the net, and that's what I want. I want that haptic feedback, and I want to feel that top frame when I hit the net here. And I keep doing it. I keep doing it over and over again, over and over. I really hit the top part, right? And I want to feel that. I don't want to feel that bottom part. And this is really a good drill of just getting acclimated with the feel of that sweet spot, feel of how to really hit on the top center of your frame, and understand also your contact point, right? How you should be hitting in front, right? So this net is pretty much far away from me, arm's length from where I'm positioned here, right? I'm not exactly super close to the net. My arm is away from the net, and I'm trying to hit it out in front. So if you're working on your contact point, this is a good, really basic drill of just getting acclimated of where you want to hit it as far as your contact point, and the feeling of hitting the sweet spot where you feel the top frame hitting the net. Here's a similar drill where I'm at the net as well, but this time I have a ball and I'm simply rolling it over. So I have the ball here and my racket strings are parallel to the ball, and I am rolling that ball over the net here. And this is more of like a top spin drill, getting that haptic feedback on what it feels like to hit a top spin. But also this is a good way of just, understanding your contact point as well and finding that sweet spot. So with this one, you have the ball, and you could really feel that ball rolling on your strings when you do this net rollover. In this drill, I have what you call the Billie Jean King iCoach, and I like this device. It's recommended for anyone who has contact point issues. I like this device, and basically it's a tee. It's set up where the ball is stationary there, and you're just hitting that ball on the tee here. And what I like about this device here is that notice that this ball is protruding out, right? It's protruding out, and you have this frame here on the bottom and this black thing on the side here to hook up the actual ball. So when you don't do this right, when you don't hit the ball quite properly, what you're gonna feel is that edge here, that metal frame, and the edge here, there's this rubber thing on the side of the ball. You're gonna feel that. So if you don't hit it properly, it lets you know that you didn't hit that ball quite properly. So when you do hit that ball, you're gonna feel that sweet spot. You're gonna feel that entire ball hit. And so this is what I like about the iCoach, and it's a little bit expensive, and I'll do a review on this pretty soon. But it is a very good device if you have contact point issues, if you have sweet spot issues. This may be a good way to go if you have the funds, if you're willing to fork over about $200 for this device. I'd say go for it. Hitting the sweet spot is one of the most important skills that you need to have when playing tennis effectively, and hopefully the drills that I've shown you here will help you do that, hit the sweet spot a little bit quicker and easier, and it becomes a little bit more automatic. And if you have any other suggestions on how to hit the sweet spot a little bit more effectively, feel free to drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.